Hey guys, we'll give everybody about 30 seconds and I'll start gabbing. Get some of the light shining behind me out of the way. Alright guys, I entitled this morning blog Frozen Heat Pumps. And the reason why is because I've received a number of calls because we had very cold rain yesterday and a lot of it. I think there's been 4 or 5 inches of rain over the last 24 to 48 hours. The Cape Fear River is going to be, I'm sure, near flood stage, if not above. The Black River is going to be flooded. So there's a lot of people calling me last night, texting me this morning, calling me this morning, telling me that their heat is not working very well. It's in the, it's only 62 inside, it's 63 inside. My heat's not working very well. It's making a weird noise. And I can almost guarantee that almost all of those are people that have frozen heat pumps. When it gets very cold outside, it's rainy or it starts to snow, the heat pump coils start to freeze. What happens is they get blocked with ice. The fans get stuck in ice. What will happen is that during defrost or during an off cycle, you'll have the fan, the blade will be sitting there, and then ice will form around the rim, stick it in place, because once ice locks it in place, it won't be able to start. They're not powerful enough to break the ice and start turning. So they start freezing up even worse. And then it'll defrost, and then it'll create a thin layer between the coil and the ice of open air where it melted that ice away, but the other ice will still be there. And it'll keep packing on ice. Because defrost can only last a certain amount of time anyway. Defrost, most of them are fixed at 10 minutes, and they come out of defrost if they're not finished. So a lot of them are frozen up. I think I've received, if I think about it, 1, 2, 3, either 4 or 5 calls already about frozen heat pumps. Now, some people, I'll tell them to shut it off and check it again later, and they'll be satisfied with that. Some people want me to come look at it no matter what, which is fine. I mean, that's what my job is. I'll be happy to. But more than likely, if they shut it off and let it thaw out, since today is a sunny day, obviously, you see the light coming in. There it is. Sunny day, it's going to melt it away, and it's going to be in the low 50s today. Now, it's going to be colder for the rest of the week, but once it thaws out, it should defrost normally. It's just a big problem this time of year. If anyone's watching that has to work on heat pumps, I mean, you should be aware of that. Your customers call in all in a big pile one day after a cold rainstorm. You can pretty much be guaranteed that a lot of that's just frozen heat pumps because of that cold rain. Because of that, and among the other reasons, there's cold weather. I had a plethora of service calls in. Today I have 4 or 5. I probably won't get to all of them. I have one for tomorrow and probably do some more of the ones that carry over. It's very busy all of a sudden. Got one already on Wednesday. So very happy for this time of year to have that many service calls. Very thankful for that. Today I'll be traveling up to a little town about 25, 30 minutes north of where I live called Warsaw. Taking a look at a unit that is somewhat in disarray as it's described to me because the lady said the panel's open and there's wires poking out. And she tells me, I think I just need a new unit. And I said, well, let's take a look at it. Let's see what's going on and see if anything works or what. Because it's probably, from what you described, a double wide, probably an electric furnace with air conditioning or electric furnace with a heat pump. Also, after that, I have to come back and check out a unit that has intermittent problems. It's always fun. Train package unit, intermittent problems with the homeowner thinking the compressor doesn't start all the time. So what I'll be looking for is, you can check the capacitor, but the hard start as well. Train compressor is probably going to have a TXV on the evaporator and on the condenser, or on the evaporator in the wintertime, the condenser in the summertime. So if the hard start's not working, the compressor won't start all the time, which is unfortunate because I used all my hard starts already, and I have none left, which is a shame. I just used one on the video you're going to see tonight where I have to repair a train unit. After that, there's a call in Wilmington about a homeowner that says his heat pump is not keeping up, and it could be a frozen one, but he wanted me to come take a look at it. So I'm going to try to work that in near the end of the day. There is another one after that of a similar issue. And then tomorrow morning, I have to work on a gas pack that's not working. They said the air conditioning's running, but it could be that the unit's not working, and they're getting, like, if the limit's triggered and there's just blowing air through the ductwork because it's so cold outside, they might perceive that as air conditioning. So we'll get into that in the morning. Gas pack unit in Wilmington. So all around, I have calls up to Warsaw, Burgaw, and Wilmington, which is pretty much the either end of my service area. So I'll work my way down Interstate 40, basically, from exit 363 all the way to exit 420, which is basically going to maximum in both directions. That's pretty much it for today. I mean, I'll be jam-packed. Hopefully I'll get some video of some of those calls. We'll see how involved the homeowners are in those. If the guy's standing right behind me, I won't be able to videotape it, but if I get a chance to videotape what I'm doing, I will. And that's pretty much it. It's cold out today. Tomorrow I'll probably do a blog talking about... I was going to do it today, but since all the heat pumps were frozen up, I decided not to. And a blog called, Suck It Up and Play, Get Back in the Game. Something like that, because as a one-man company, we have issues as far as health. We kind of have to fight them off or figure out what's the most important thing to go to the doctor for, because we have to continue working. And I've had an issue lately that's how I'll probably describe to you guys tomorrow morning and tell you what I had to do and sort of how to battle through it. But a lot of us are the same way. Even if you don't own your own company, you still have to battle through stuff. You're on call. You're called upon to work strange hours, especially in the summertime or when it's extremely cold outside. We sort of have to play through the pain. So that'll be the subject tomorrow maybe, or a blog sometime during this week. But I'll probably keep this one brief because the kids' school is running late today. I haven't taken them to school today. They're running on a 2-hour delay for, I don't know why, because it looks fine outside. But when you say ice and cold in the south, people become insanely afraid. And they won't enter the highway even though it's, obviously there's no problems out there today. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 10 after 8. I don't know if Mike is coming up today. It says right now I have 0 viewers, which means everybody is either busy, asleep, or working on frozen things already. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 8:10. Stay tuned for Mike if he's around in a few minutes. I don't know what his schedule is. He might be already out fixing frozen heat pumps himself. So take care, you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.